Here's a scenario that happened to a friend of mine. He buys a $1,400 standing desk, puts it on his credit card because he gets 2% cash back, and he has the money sitting right there in his checking account. He waits for the bill, it shows up, he pays every single dollar before the due date. No interest, no late fees. Textbook responsible. 3 days later, he texts me in a panic. His credit score dropped 28 points overnight. No mispayment, no new loan, no fraud, nothing. Just a number that collapsed for no reason he could understand. This is not a rare glitch. This happens to thousands of people every single month. And the reason is one specific date that your bank deliberately buries in the fine print. It is not the due date. It is a completely different date that controls your score, and almost nobody talks about it. My name is Rick, and today I'm going to show you how the banking system photographs your financial life, why that photo almost always catches you at your worst, and how moving a single payment by just 48 hours can be the difference between a good score and a great one. Now, let's get into it. From the time we are old enough to have a credit card, we are trained to worship one date, the due date. And look, it matters. Miss it and you get a late fee plus a negative mark that haunts you for 7 years. But here is the trap. We assume the credit bureaus, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax, are watching a live feed of your bank account. We assume the moment you pay off your balance, the bureau knows and your score reflects it immediately. That is not how it works. The credit system is not a live stream. It is a series of photographs, one photograph per month. And the photographer almost always clicks the shutter on the worst possible day, when your balance is at its highest, weeks before you actually pay it down. The anatomy of a billing cycle. Let's say your billing cycle runs from the 1st to the 30th of the month. During those 30 days, you are swiping. Groceries, gas, subscriptions, dinner out. Your balance climbs. Then, on the 30th, the cycle closes. The bank locks in that number, generates your statement, that PDF bill that lands in your inbox, and this moment is everything. This is the statement closing date, and whatever balance appears on that statement is the exact figure your bank sends to the credit bureaus. That number gets stamped onto your credit report for the entire month. Your actual due date? That is not until 21 to 25 days later. So if you had $2,800 on the card when the statement cut, $2,800 gets reported even if you pay every cent of it off 2 weeks from now. You paid zero interest, you slept fine, but your credit report shows you sitting on $2,800 in debt. You are living in real time. Your credit score is living on a 30-day delay, based on a snapshot taken before you made your payment. The fix is simple, but it flips everything you were taught. Instead of waiting for the statement to arrive and then paying it, you pay before the statement is even generated. 3 to 4 days before your statement closing date, you log in and push a payment that drops your balance to almost nothing. When the cycle closes, the bank sees a tiny balance. That tiny number is what gets sent to Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. Same spending habits, same total amount paid. Completely different credit report. Then, on the actual due date, 3 weeks later, you pay the remaining $10 or $20. Zero interest. But on your credit report, it looks like you barely touched your limit. You've effectively decoupled your real spending from your reported spending. You've taken control of the snapshot. You might be wondering, Rick, does it really matter whether they report $2,800 or $20 as long as I pay it off? The difference has to be like 2 points, right? No, not even close. Let me show you the actual weight of this. The FICO pie. Payment history is the biggest slice at 35%. Makes sense. Did you pay your bills? But sitting right behind it at 30% is amounts owed, which is almost entirely driven by credit utilization. Nearly 1/3 of your entire financial reputation is based on how much of your available credit you are using at the exact moment the bank takes that snapshot. It outweighs your credit history length. It outweighs your mix of account types. You could have a flawless 12-year payment record, and one bad utilization month can drag your score down hard. The utilization cliffs. The math is simple division. Balance divided by credit limit. But the impact is tiered. Under 10%, golden zone. This is where high scores live. 10 to 30%, acceptable. You're fine, but not optimized. Over 30%, the algorithm flags you as a risk. This is the first cliff. Over 50%, you look like a crisis. Near 100%, your score goes into free fall. And this applies to both your overall utilization across all cards and each individual card. You could have $50,000 in total available credit, but if one card with a $1,500 limit is maxed out, the algorithm treats that one card as a red flag. The good news? Unlike a missed payment that follows you for 7 years, utilization has zero memory. FICO 8, the most widely used scoring model, only cares about your most recent reported balance. Report 85% one month, report 4% the next, your score bounces back as if the 85% never happened. One good snapshot wipes the last bad one. Now here's the part that trips up even the most disciplined people. You might think the goal is zero. Get your reported balance to zero on every card every month. If low is good, zero must be perfect, right? Stop. That logic will cost you points. Consistently reporting a zero balance across every single card can actually produce a lower score than reporting a small balance. The FICO model is designed to evaluate how you manage debt. If every card shows zero month after month, the algorithm has no evidence you are actively using credit. You look like a ghost, and a ghost borrower is a slight risk in the model's eyes. People with perfect 850 scores typically hover between 1% and 7% utilization, not zero. There is a specific strategy for this called AZO, all zero except one. AZO. All zero except one. If you have multiple cards, pay all of them to zero before their statement dates. But on one card, leave a tiny balance. We're talking $10, or roughly 1% of the limit. This tells the algorithm, I am using credit, and I am keeping it extremely controlled. And here is the key distinction Rick needs you to hear clearly. Reporting a balance is not the same as carrying a balance. Your statement closes with $10. That $10 gets reported to the bureaus. You have until the due date, 3 weeks later, to pay that $10. You pay it. Zero interest, maximum score signal. You've threaded the needle between the reporting date and the due date. All right, let's make this actionable. Here is the exact protocol. Step 1. Find your statement closing date. This is not the due date. Your bank's app will scream the due date at you. That's what they want you to focus on. To find the closing date, go to the statements section and open a past PDF. Look for the words billing cycle ends or statement closing date. Do this for every card you own. Put these dates in your phone calendar as recurring monthly reminders. Set 3 days early. Step 2, pay before the close. On your reminder day, 3 days before close, log in and check your current balance. If it's $950 and you want to report $20, manually push a payment of $930 right now. Don't wait for autopay. Initiate it yourself because ACH transfers can take 1 to 2 business days to clear. Step 3, verify, then clean up. When the statement generates, open it. Confirm it shows your target small balance. Then make sure that tiny amount gets paid by the actual due date. The first few times, check manually. Do not get so clever with your utilization that you accidentally miss a payment and trade a temporary score boost for a permanent penalty. Quick note, you don't need to do this every month forever. This level of precision really only matters in the 60 days before a major application, a mortgage, car loan, or business line of credit. The rest of the year, keep utilization loosely under 20% and let autopay handle it. Before you run off and start micromanaging your payments, I need to give you one serious warning. There is a line between smart timing and behavior that will get your account shut down. It's called credit cycling. Here's what that looks like. You have a $2,000 limit, you spend $2,000, pay it off mid-month, spend another $2,000, pay it off, and do it again. By the end of the month, you've run $6,000 through a card approved for $2,000. To your bank's risk team, this pattern looks like money laundering or bust-out fraud. They may freeze your account, demand tax returns, or close you down entirely with no warning. Keep your monthly spending within your actual credit limit. If you constantly hit your ceiling, don't game the payments, call the issuer and request a limit increase. A higher limit makes the whole game easier. At a $20,000 limit, even $3,000 in spending is only 15% utilization. You barely have to think about it. One last thing. A lot of people try to simplify their finances by closing old, unused cards. In the context of utilization, this is a mistake. Your overall utilization is total balances divided by total available credit. Close a card with an $8,000 limit and a zero balance, and you just removed $8,000 from your denominator. Your debt stays the same. Your total limit drops. Your utilization spikes instantly, and you didn't spend a single dollar to cause it. Keep old cards open. Put a small recurring subscription on them, a streaming service, a gym membership. Set autopay. Let them quietly pad your available credit. They are the ballast keeping your utilization number low. Let's lock this in. The full playbook. Find your statement closing date, not the due date, for every card you own. Aim for under 10% utilization at the moment of that snapshot. 3 days before the close, manually pay down to about 1% on your primary card and 0 on all others. Let the statement generate. The bank reports that tiny number. Your score reflects it. Pay off the remaining small amount by the due date. 0 interest, maximum score. 2 payments per month. 1 real, 1 cleanup. It separates your actual spending from your reported spending, and it puts you back in control of your own financial photograph. I want you to try this for 1 month. Pick your highest balance card, find the closing date, pay it down 3 days early, then come back here and tell me in the comments how many points you gained. That data helps everyone watching this video see real proof that it works. If this gave you a new lens on how the credit system actually operates, hit subscribe. I put out videos like this regularly. Real mechanics, no fluff, no vague advice. I'll see you in the next one.